All right, so let's talk about if your child is a late talker or not. To be considered as a late talker, your child has to be 18 to 35 months old, which is a toddler, who are slower in developing language, but there are no apparent issues and neurological issues, structural issues, biological deficits, so on and so forth, right? No autism, no ADHD, no other labels, no other apparent diagnosis, right? So it's just basically a known cause for not talking or slower in development in terms of language, right? So the problem about this, of me telling you whether your child is a late talker or not, is that sometimes the other diagnoses for the outstanding things haven't been found out yet. A lot, like a huge percentage, I'm not going to quote a percentage to you because it's different country to country, right? A huge percentage of these late talkers was because they had the glue year. It was because they had some hearing issues that were not detected, but because they cannot really hear that well, and therefore the speech and language is not as developing as good as it should be, right? And the other problem is that there's no set criteria to what a late talker should or should not be. It's not an official diagnosis. So if we talk about this in this way, there's really not much point in you knowing whether your child is a late talker or not. The only thing you should be talking about or thinking about is that what can you eliminate so that you know if this is a pure late talker, or so to speak, basically it means a language delay, right? And so when you find and you try to get rid of the other by elimination, then you would probably know if there are no other apparent problems, then it should be that your child is a late talker / language delayed, right? Because around the world now, and all these language delay cases are increasing worldwide, which is not a good thing. Maybe there are some things that are happening in the world that I don't even know about, like really no one knows the connections between of which. So it's better not to think and contemplate what the links are because it has already happened. I see some parents talk about, oh, is it the vaccines, right? Is it the screen time? Is it the food, right? Is it like a genetically modified whatever? Is it the air? Is it the water? Well, it might be all of them. It's also affecting us as adults. And can we change it at this moment? No. Although it sounds like it's like we cannot be a victim of the circumstances that are handed to us. And so at this point in time, I beg of you, as a parent, as a mother, as a father, don't go in the rabbit hole. There's not much point because it has already happened. So if you think about whether it's a late talker or what, in the previous video, we talked about like nonverbal and preverbal, right? It doesn't really matter what the thing is. The focus should be thinking about, okay, now that my child has not enough words, I'll teach more words, right? My child is having errors in speech sounds. Why do they have errors in speech sounds? Fix those deficits and then they should be able to speak soon, right? So at this point in time, I think the most scary for parents and what it means for you is that you're going on a journey where it feels like there's no apparent goal. There's no ending to it and you can't see the end of it. And it's always a question I get that, I always get, I mean, is this going to go away, right? How long does it take? What do I need to do? I'll do everything. And if I knew the answer, first of all, I wouldn't be making this video. And if anyone knew the answer, you shouldn't be listening to them because this isn't about like, fortune telling, right? No one has a crystal ball. No one can tell you. Well, some people have a crystal ball, but I don't know if they have the answer or not. But the thing about this for you, what it means for you is to focus on the things that are actionable for you, right? Can you change the politics of the world? Can you opt out of eating certain foods? Yes, then maybe you can try it, right? If you have the resources to focus on what you can control and things that you cannot control. And this is where the moms and the dads have a different approach. Obviously, I'm in the dad camp, right? I'm not a dad yet, but you know what I'm saying? I'm more rational. I'm thinking about what I can control. Whereas the mothers are like into their emotions, thinking about, oh, I can't believe this is happening. I blame myself so much. I shouldn't have let them, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then because I've heard this so many times, I can basically list out probably 90% of the chance what parents are going to say to me. Here in this video, I want to tell you whether your child is late talker or not. But because you're watching this and you're thinking about it already, it means that there's a risk factor that your child is a late talker, right? Or maybe something that is more going on in the background that we don't know yet. So first of all, is think about what you can do actionable right now that you can do, and find resources and train up yourself and think about how you can actually be of service to your child, right? If not, try to find services that will help your kid out at this moment in time. All right. And so that's all you can do now. And we have a whole YouTube channel here, and I'm not making a whole video about what's a late talker or whatever. I already defined it. And to be honest, nowadays, so many people over the internet are not in America, not in UK, not in Australia, whatever. So why are we using definitions made out by other countries, right? It might mean something totally different. right? So that's it for this video. If you want to learn more specific knowledge, tips, tricks, things that you can do, routines, go to agentsofspeech.com/course. You can watch all the courses we used to sell for money, and now it's all free for you. Just go there, put in your email, sign up for an account, and then feel free to watch whatever you like. Okay, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.